sent pretty girls to my house to twist my arm.
So that's what we do around here.
That's the first line of this episode. Okay, fine. That's fine. I'll take it.
There's an edit button.
There is.
No,
Am I going to do
Leave
it?
that in.
No, you're not.
No, he called me pretty. Leave it in. So, do you two know what day it is today?
Wednesday.
National Horror Movie Day.
Oh God, you're so close. It is on this, the year of our Lord 2024, on October 23rd. Today is National Slap Your Coworker Day. So line it up, assholes.
You would have to leave. All of us would have to leave our houses for that.
No, well, not technically. So okay, so one of my roommates also works from home. So hypothetically, in a way, you could say she's a coworker. I could go slap her.
Yeah, you could. Yeah. I mean, in keeping with the holiday.
Note to self.
It is also Medical Assistant Day.
I should also probably let her know about that before I slap her, as opposed to after.
Yeah.
So at least the assault is warranted when the cops are called.
I still don't think
it's
that's
not
an
like you did it without
excuse.
cause.
That's still not going to hold up as an excuse.
No, it really wouldn't.
I mean, honestly, who makes National Slap Your Coworker Day? Who approved this? How is this a nationwide thing?
A bunch of frat bros.
Andrew Tate.
Clearly.
He works with his brother, so absolutely there would be a National Slap Your Coworker Day.
Oh my God. I know the origin of it. Teen slapped mom in Mildred Place in 1945. This is where this got its start. In a rare turning of the tables, unruly teen Anne Blythe delivered a slap to long-suffering mom Joan Crawford in Mildred Pierce.
Okay, that's a series of words.
If you're looking to recognize and celebrate this national holiday, you can watch a Three Stooges marathon, perfect your slapping technique, or train others on how to give a good slap.
That explanation had too many syllables. Apologize.
Today is also National Boston Cream Pie Day.
Cream pie.
So yeah, I mean, if you're in Boston, go get cream pied. National iPod Day.
Just handing out cream pies.
TV Talk Show Host Day. This is all October 23rd, mind you.
It's many different days.
It is many different days.
It is a
Are
day
you
of
familiar with
days.
Time Cube? This is why.
Oh, it's Ryan Reynolds' birthday today. And Weird Al's.
That's not possible. It can't be two celebrities' birthdays at the same time. That's just not
Oh, it's more than two. Those are just the two notable ones.
lies.
It's also your mom Ashley's birthday. I don't know who the fuck that is, but it's her birthday.
Who is that?
I don't know. Young social media star is winning hearts with her cute antics and interesting content.
Sure.
Is she on Kick?
Yeah.
I doubt it's interesting.
If she's on Kick, she's a deviant. That's all I know.
Is she a cute anime waifu? No? Then
She
I
is
don't
not
care.
a cute anime waifu.
Then I don't care.
Jesus Christ. Let's see. Some of her popular videos include Big Ass Vans Collection, plus Honest Review, and Big Ass Forever 21 Haul, Summer 2018. She is worth $500,000.
In the grand scheme of things, that's not actually a lot.
That's not a lot, but when you consider her claim to fame, as in some of her most popular videos, Big Ass Vans Collection and Honest Review, I mean, come on. I don't think that's 500,000 worth. Yeah, no, it looks like she just does she's just a fashion channel. She does thrift hauls and clothing store hauls.
Oh, so probably the majority of her worth then is going to be from ad deal sponsorships.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Well, I mean, which makes sense because that's I feel like in kind of in a lot of ways that ends up being cheaper, especially depending on how much merchandise they send her for free that she then doesn't necessarily have to sponsor, but she does end up wearing or using or whatever, and that shit gets seen. And then anything she does actually sponsor, she has to mention that's a paid sponsorship anyway. So what the fuck ever, get the money, get the goddamn money, get it.
As long as she's not hawking pink sauce.
Or Raid Shadow Legends.
The fuck is pink sauce?
It was a social media person's like
Wait,
cooking sauce.
hold on. Fucking like people's grandparents knew about this shit. This was like last year. What the fuck happened? How
I guess I watched one of the Sunny. Did Sunny V2 or like a toy or something.
Oh yeah, no, there have been a
Atazi or
couple. Yeah,
something
there
like
have
that.
been. There've been a bunch of like. Okay, I know what you're talking about. There have been like a shit ton of I guess like expose videos on the whole because
Yeah.
she so. Do you wanna
She
give
was
the TLDR?
She was like making videos about her like homemade pink sauce, and she started trying to market it as a thing to sell
On
to
TikTok.
people.
She was marketing on TikTok.
On
So
TikTok?
she was essentially selling a homemade food product like Etsy over TikTok. She was mailing the shit unrefrigerated to people, stuff with milk and honey and oil and garlic and botulism. She was sending botulism to people. Is essentially what was happening.
She was committing DT via the mail.
DT via the mail. What do you mean?
Domestic
DT?
terrorism.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, no, because she. So here's the problem: all the stuff she was sending was not refrigerated. All that shit needed to be refrigerated, especially when you're talking about like the bacteria and things like honey and stuff like the garlic and the milk and all that shit. She was just sending it.
Milk was
like,
really the only non-shelf stable thing you've
It-
listed.
None of it like
'Cause
was
honey's shelf stable.
wasn't pasteurized.
the problem is when you start mixing it all together. That's the thing. Now you have. It's all homogenized to a point where like you're kind of dealing with like one of the lower shelf life deals there. Like, do you really want to eat mayonnaise that's been left out for 4 hours,
In
let
the
alone
Florida
sent to you in the
sun?
mail that's already been
Oh, God,
open?
no.
In the Florida
No.
post office Sun.
In the middle of do you want to buy, would you like to buy an open jar of mayonnaise I've tampered with? I will send it to you in the mail via fucking bubble packaging that I got for like 50 for $1 down at my local
No,
post office.
they're free because you use the flat rate shipping boxes, which are free from the
She
post
wasn't even
office.
using the boxes. She was sending them in the fucking bubble bags.
I could have sworn there were some people who got them in boxes and they
some of them-
exploded in the box.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. With some of them, they were bagged, but they were like double bagged, so they were like in a sandwich bag inside of the other bag. But yeah, they were same thing. They were explode. It looked like battery acid on the outside.
So okay. What was this pink slime used for?
Like
Okay,
barbecue
so
sauce.
here it is for all intents and purposes, dragon fruit ranch. And the dragon fruit is so minimum just to make it pink. It's essentially just a colorant. You really couldn't even tell. Like apparently, I guess there's a little bit of a flavor profile of the dragon fruit, but it's just dragon fruit ranch. Extreme dragon fruit ranch.
Stop saying that. I hate that statement. Dragon fruit ranch. I hate everything about those two words.
But that's basically what it was.
Who wants ranch?
And
Who
like
wants dragon fruit ranch?
The recipe
Dragon fruit ranch.
wasn't consistent at all because it was just her mixing it in a bowl at home.
Welcome to Dragon Fruit Ranch.
This truly is the fucking darkest timeline.
So then she
We have bitches on TikTok you selling pink slime through the mail. Just sending spoiled, rancid food products through the mail.
Literally out here giving out free Botox.
and then she actually
Provide your own
hired.
needles.
She actually worked like with a company, like a food company, to start
Oh, yeah.
really marketing it and got it into Walmart.
And then shot the bed.
Yeah, and then nobody bought it because nobody knew what the hell it was.
Yeah. So she was basically their social media manager. So they were like paying her a salary. All she had to do was fucking post to TikTok X amount of time. Like there was work and shit she was doing, but like she was trying to expend some ridiculous amount of money. She expended like $20,000 for like one of her kids' birthdays or something. Now I'm
Yeah, she
going off of
expensed it.
memory, but like
It was
these
like-
numbers are going to be wildly off.
It was like
But-
$10,000. It was like $10,000 for a birthday
Yeah,
party. that
it was like
expensed.
$2,000 for a pair of like high heel shoes for one of the. She was using the TikToks essentially as an excuse to like dig into this. What is that? It was like John and John's sauce or something. Oh, let me
Some
look it up.
company.
Let's attempt to be somewhat informed. I'm gonna look it up.
I'm not
I
going
am
to.
horrified by everything that you are telling me right now.
It's in
Horrified.
Walmart. It's on. I think it's on clearance in Walmart.
Still to this
But-
day?
Yeah, because the industrial company actually like they have a contract and shit. I don't know if they're still buying it. I don't know. She's apparently coming. She's trying to like. She's like back. She's like. So recently she was trying to push like a lavender blue sauce or something. Yeah, she like yeah. It's
'Cause-
some
Because the
shit.
pink sauce worked out so well. And like that's the same thing that happened with Logan Paul. Is like he had a deal with the bottling company to bottle Prime, and he just didn't order enough.
It was Dave's Gourmet. That's the name of the company and they do other like they do other like dipping sauces and stuff. Like they're apparently a reputable company with, real actual food safety guidelines that they do and have to follow. Whereas she at one point on a live stream was confused when people were asking about FDA testing, and she goes, "Oh, I don't. What do you mean, Food and Drug Administration? I do. This is not a medical product." And then someone explains,
oh my
like,
God.
she's like, y'all are being real rough on a prototype, and like someone came out and was like, "Hey, food items cannot be prototypes. That's not how any of this works."
Nobody
And
wants to eat
and,
your
and I want
prototype.
and I understand you're getting real hung up on that second word in the FDA acronym, but I want you to look real hard for a second, real goddamn hard at that first letter.
The F for food.
There's a lot of F's here. There's a lot of F's, Chef P or Pie or however you pronounce her name. There's a lot of F's here. There's also a lot of fucking L's.
There's
And a lot of I's. She spells her
this
name
is
with
the
two I's.
greatest- This is the greatest story about the F word that I've heard since Gordon Ramsay had that show called The F Word. Which also, oddly enough, it was food in that show too.
My favorite F word, it starts with an F and it ends with a K, and you're not going to be able to accurately guess which fucking word it is.
Fire truck.
Yes.
Okay, we're getting away from pink slime, but I just want to say, as a footnote to this, I searched pink slime Walmart, and the only thing I'm coming up with is Elmer's glue.
That's about right. Yeah, that's probably safer. That's actually safer to eat.
Probably is. It's probably non-toxic.
It's less toxic than pink sauce.
Yeah. So like, here's the thing. With the fire trucks, at least that's very close to the emergency services you would have to call if you have any of this shit, because people were getting sick. People were legitimately getting sick on this shit. I don't know
hate
if there were
everything
any.
about this.
I don't actually know if there were any deaths attributed, but there were definitely sicknesses.
When your package is bulging when you go to open it up, and it emits
when you see a toaster,
a gas and an odor, maybe don't eat it.
Somebody is describing it like ranch and sour gummies with a spicy kick. That sounds rancid.
I mean, I'll try anything
don't want
17 or
that
18
combination
times
of
before I
flavors in my
decide if
mouth.
it's for me.
You know what? I'm buying a bottle of this for Extra Life. That's what's happening.
Ugh, why?
Enjoy that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to exist.
If you donate, I will chug it from the bottle. Yep. Okay, so
If you want to end Mara's
Welcome,
stream at Extra
everybody.
Life,
welcome everybody to today's episode of today's theme.
hey, you got the episode title right.
I did get the episode title right. I am your host, Mara. Joining me, as always, is
Asher,
Asher. Me.
come on, we're going by our VTuber names.
I know.
Hi.
I was waiting for it, and
Nope.
I will take that as an affirmation. Today's theme.
Nope. Lost or not.
I found Lostronaut. me. God damn
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
See,
You're
you know what
just-
the problem is? I use my real name for the show.
I do not want anything attached to this as long as I can help it.
I have gone into the dregs of the internet and came across something called the Woke Content Detector's curated list of games. Now,
have
I first found
unfortunately
it.
heard of this.
I first found it as the Steam group and the Steam curated list. But then when I dug deeper, I found a spreadsheet that has over 1,500 lines, 1,500 entries. And every entry gives a rating of a game of either not recommended, informational, which is like warning, or no woke content. And the best part is every game that is either not recommended or has a warning is given a individualized specific reason per the game as to why it got the rating that it did. So for today's theme, we are going to go through and see what games we're going to see how woke we are. We're going to see how many games we've played off this list and kind of just marvel because there are some real fucking gems on here. I'm just going to start it off with the first entry on the list. Bloons Tower Defense 6.
Oh wait, hold on a second. I prepared something for this. There it is. Anyway,
As you'll see on Lostronauts screen, there is Bloons Tower Defense 6 first entry. Now, I don't know if anybody's familiar. Have either of you played Bloons Tower Defense?
No.
I am tangentially aware of Bloons Tower Defense.
I
I've never
know of
played
it.
it personally.
Yeah, same here. I know of it. I've just never played any of the games.
It's a tower defense game that
Yes.
started as a Flash game,
Yes. Oh, that's that.
now
I
it's-
knew that. I knew that about it.
and now it's super big on mobile.
Oh, that I did not know. I know there were a couple of like PC releases or at least console releases, I want to say.
Yeah, it's come out on console. I think it's actually on PS4. Bloons Tower Defense 6 is on Steam, obviously, because it's on this list. I actually have it on my phone. Because
Oh,
I'm
right.
actually a big fan of this series. I like tower defense games, and specifically tower defense games in this style. So the reason that it is not recommended is because there is a pride flag item available in the trophy store with a pro pride message.
So, I'm gonna a little bit of a spoiler here. A lot of the games seem to have that particular. Oh, we don't recommend it because of this. Because of essentially, hey there, fellow gays, capitalism. A few years after the game launches, they drop in some piddly little trinket of, oh, hey, here's a gay flag so we can get an extra couple dollars worth of in our cash shop this year. I don't even.
Yeah, it's the people who are overusing the word woke without and like diluting
And
the.
it's That's one of the- yeah,
I mean,
the
the word is
meaning of it.
meaningless now, basically.
That's what I figured.
Woke just means
oh.
anything with like a pride flag in it now, or saying the word gay.
I mean, the bar just to give you just to give our listeners and viewers a solid basis for this. The bar for what is woke and what is not woke is in hell. Like that bar is so fucking low you can step over it.
Yeah, you would need to be so dead, so many feet underground to be able to get under that goddamn bar.
I mean, like you would have to be like a cephalopod. You would have to be a fucking squid. That's the only creature that's fitting underneath this bar.
You would have to have no bones, spineless, if you will.
Oh, how apropos. Another entry on this list that really takes me, and I understand, considering what we just said, that the bar is in hell. I understand why this game is on this list. However, if anybody is not playing Hades because of what is mentioned in this list, you are robbing yourself of a glorious experience, especially if you like roguelike games.
I'm not real big on roguelikes, but I've seen some of the gameplay of that, and I'm honestly, I've been meaning to check it out. It really, and everyone has glowing fucking reviews.
It is a phenomenal game. I have it. I've played a shit ton of it. It's so fucking good. The story. I mean, just the story alone is really, really decent. The reason that this made the list is because there's optional homosexual romance. The NPC Chaos, because you meet the god Chaos, is non-binary because chaos.
Oh no.
And the NPC Dusa, who I will never forgive Supergiant Games for this, I wanted to make my romantic partner, and after getting to the end of her quest line, she tells you that she is asexual.
Disappointing.
It was
but
sad.
yeah,
It was sad. She's a little Medusa head. She's a little Medusa head, and she's the maid in Hades. It's amazing.
Aw.
Yeah, she's so cute. Let's see. What else is on here? Oh my god, Pal World.
I mean, of course, because let me guess, because I don't even fucking know.
Contains overtly pro LGBTQ plus messaging and uses body type in place of biological sex.
So because they put body type and not male female, too woke, can't play it.
I wonder if you really look for more than 5 seconds, you could probably find multiple goddamn RPGs, action games, and anything with a character creator. There's a 50-50 shot. I feel like it says something like body type versus anything else. Like literally. Like they do tend generic.
No
So-
More Heroes 3.
Oh no.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
go ahead. Go ahead, Lost Shot. Go ahead.
No, I was done.
No. So the reason No More Heroes 3, now No More Heroes 3 is just informational. It's just a warning. And the reason it has a warning is that there is rainbow graffiti present on one of the buildings in the town.
So let me get this straight. Some
Rainbows will make your children gay.
some in-universe artist decided to tag up a wall with some of the most inoffensive shit ever in one of the safest countries statistically in the world. And because they went with, realistically a safe bet on the graffiti, it's considered I'm going to start blue screening. I'm going to go into a kernel panic. This is thrashing my L3 cache.
I assume that Red Dead Redemption 2 made it to a warning because this game's just too good. I mean, too many dude bros really love this game. But the reason he gives the NPC Sadie Adler, which by the way was my favorite character in that game. That is the only character that made that game worth playing. I hated that game from beginning to end. Behaves the same way a modern day feminist would. So basically, do you know the story of Calamity Jane?
Not really.
Calamity Jane's woke. Because that's basically what the inspiration for Sadie Adler was.
Yeah, and I don't think whether they know the history or they don't matters to them.
It's just crazy to me that like this game gets on this list as a warning because of a female gunslinger. Which
I don't think
legitimately existed.
I don't think historically she's even the only one. I know there were significantly a lot less, but I don't even feel like when it comes down to it, she was really the only one. Probably just one of the only, one of the more prophetic. And honestly, you have to be good at that sort of thing long enough to have a fucking name. So the amount of bad gunslingers, in general, taking their sexual identity out of it doesn't really fucking matter. You know what I mean? There are a lot more that were ever trying to be a gunslinger than ever were notable gunslingers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you lived in that time and you were a bad gunslinger, that problem kind of just took care of itself over time.
Yeah. That's an instance of self-solving problem, Darwinian solution sort of shit.
Like you're either a good gunslinger or you're dead. Like that's the way that works.
Yeah.
What else is on this list?
The good, the
here's
bad, and the
something
mediocre. Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Sid Meier's Civ 6. No. Not recommended, too woke. Civ 5, however, no woke content. We're good for Civ 5.
We're go for Civ 5.
Now, Team Fortress 2 is also listed as contains no woke content. However, I feel like Team Fortress is pretty gay.
I almost guarantee there is at least some what this game would consider, I'm going to air quotes here real hard, woke content. With any like half of the hat, I don't even know any of the hats, but I almost guarantee there's at least one 2016 LGBTQ like buried deep into in the reaches that no one fucking uses because it's been out for so long or just wasn't a real good drop rate or whatever. So I feel like it's just easier to like cast a darker eye. But again, I have never played a lot of Team Fortress 2. So like I couldn't tell you. I just know there's a lot of like DLC in the form of like hats and some other shit. So.
I played TF2 way back in the day before like DLC existed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's where I'm coming from with TF2.
I definitely played after the DLC existed. I just didn't care. Like I never liked the game enough to get invested into any of the customization.
Like you said DLC and I went, there's DLC for TF2? What?
I mean, it's customization, and I think it's mostly just random drops, but I can't remember.
Let's see, the whole Dark Souls series, from Dark Souls 1 to Dark Souls 3, informational. Mostly because there are things in each game that can change your sex. Helldivers 2 made the list as a warning because the intro notably features a mixed race family.
What?
By the way, that mixed race family in that intro dies in that intro. They get ripped apart by Terminids.
Yeah.
As they deserve in the ultra-fascist state?
Apparently. They should have known better.
I feel like we need to somehow audio quote these things real hard so nothing gets clipped out of fucking context.
Anything monstrous we say in this episode is said in tongue-in-cheek, and we do not agree with this list in any way, shape, or form. Let's see. Final Fantasy 7. I'm sorry, no, Final Fantasy 4 through 12. No, 9. Final Fantasy 4 through 9. No good. Except for Final Fantasy 6. You'll like that, Asher.
Sure.
Final Fantasy 6, no woke content. Despite the fact that Kefka is the main boss in that fight.
He's a clown, so...
Is it a he?
Yes, of course it's a he.
I always thought Kefka was a girl. I'm gonna be completely fucking honest with you.
No, Kefka...
I thought Kefka was a girl.
No.
Let's have a picture of Kefka right now.
Yeah,
this man is at least a cross-dresser. You cannot fucking tell me otherwise.
He's a court jester. That's what he was.
Is that what he was?
Yeah, he was a court jester who got tired of the emperor making him the court jester.
God, it's been forever since I've played this game. I guess that explains all the makeup.
Yeah, he's a court jester. So he's supposed to look like a clown.
All the same, I'm shocked that game got the pass, despite the fact that there's a man wearing makeup. Clownishness aside.
My model is freaking out.
Yeah, she does that sometimes.
It's like when I look off screen and like my camera loses tracking on my head.
Deus Ex Human Revolution, because of the idea of human augmentation.
The game about transhumanism is woke. Who would have thought?
Apparently transhumanism is a woke concept. That doesn't make any sense to me. But okay.
Well, I guess because you can't be an alpha if you need mechanical help with it, even though half of these guys are fucking like out of their head on Tren.
Portal 2 has a warning on this list. That's shocking.
Wordle 2 is on the... Oh my god.
Wordle is on this list? What is the reason for Wordle?
Oh, I thought you said Wordle 2.
No, Portal.
No.
Oh, Portal. I misheard you badly.
I thought you had skipped down in the list. I was like, oh my god, where the fuck is Wordle? What was the reason they gave him?
I mean, I'm looking for anything that like really
Um,
jumps out at me, stupid, crazy. Like anything that's just hard, like, huh? What?
Let's see. What other lovely things are on this list? Like some of these I'm not surprised. Like considering where the bar is, like some of these, like obviously they're gonna be on this fucking list. Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy? Excuse me?
Okay, what's the current Modern Warfare 3? Why is that not on here? I'm pretty sure some of those characters.
Oh no, I think Modern Warfare 3. I think Modern Warfare is on here.
Is it?
I think.
I didn't-
Yes. Call
I
of
can-
Duty, Modern Warfare 2019, Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3.
Which line?
Line 19 to 21.
Oh Christ, I bypassed it hard. I didn't start looking for it until I got halfway down the list, honestly, because I was like, wait a minute. Modern Warfare 3, the new one. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, funny, I didn't see any of those on here, despite the fact that I know there's absolutely some, like just pandering. Like when I say pandering, I mean, again, that, hello, fellow gays, it is now the gay month. Give us the gay money. And then after 30 days, they stop selling the thing until next gay. It's basically it's a new holiday.
Well, and they only they only want the gay money in the gay accepted accepted countries.
In the gay month. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah. They don't
Yeah,
change
because-
any of they don't change any of the stuff in like United Arab Emirates or any of the places that have problems with that.
Or China.
You know, it's straight up rainbow capitalism. Like that's what it is.
That's the word I was looking for. Rainbow capitalism.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. What else is on this list? Cyberpunk 2077. Obviously, that's going to be on this list.
Same reason for the other one, the other cyberpunk.
Yeah,
futurist-
because apparently transhumanism is woke. Okay.
Well, also in the character creator, you can be male and then have female genitalia.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
And vice versa.
And vice versa. Yeah.
You'd figured they'd like that because 9 times out of 10, these guys who are super against this sort of shit love getting pegged. Love it. Can love it. Beg for it.
Who would have thought?
Apollo Justice is a warning on this list. Now, do you know what Apollo Justice is? It's like a novella game. It's like a court mystery novella game.
It's okay. So it's a point and click adventure without the point and click adventure. It's a visual novel, right? Or close to.
Basically, there is like some point and click aspects, like you do like investigate crime scenes and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's a digital novel.
How many quick time actions are there?
There are no quick time actions. However, you can shout objection at any point in any court proceedings, which is amazing. And the way they did it on the DS is even better because you can actually activate the microphone and shout objection.
Amazing.
Fucking love that series. But localization rewrites Dual Destinies, which I think is the last case in that game, dialogue to be more respectful to those who don't follow gender norms. So localization is getting games on this list.
Yeah, because there's plenty of languages out there that just don't have gender.
Yeah.
Like even the concept of pronouns doesn't really exist.
Woke. It's woke. Let's see.
Sure.
South Park fractured butthole. I mean that makes sense.
Obviously.
Yeah. That's nothing surprising.
Of course, the Baldur's Gate games are on there.
Yep. Good news though, everybody. Alex Jones, NWO Wars, no woke content.
But what about the gay frogs?
I was just gonna say, if you want to fight against the gay frogs, that is the game for you.
Well, if they're putting other stuff
But-
on there, just the game
But they have
having gay
representation because
frogs.
they have gay frogs. That's representation. That's woke. Put it on the list.
That is true. They do say the word gay. I'm sure they say the word gay in that game. So honestly, really, we should be editing this list. Honestly.
No. I just want to say I fucking hate the optics of having this on behind me. Hold on. I feel like I'm standing at a convention I don't want to be in, in a robe I don't want to be in, being pressured into giving a PowerPoint I don't want to give. I'm not comfortable with that behind me any longer.
The more distance you can create between yourself and this list, the better.
One thing that I was looking at on the list was King of Fighters because of Ash Crimson, who is androgynous.
Oh, God forbid.
Bitch, I opened this on a private tab because I didn't want that shit in my search history.
Okay. Oh my God. So Deus Ex Human Revolution is a warning, right, for transhumanism.
Mm-hmm.
Deus Ex, the original Game of the Year edition, no woke content. It's the same transhumanism bullshit.
It's literally the same.
It's literally the same transhumanism bullshit.
No. I know what it is. I know what it is. All of this shit is all 40-year-old chuds in their mother's basements. And that game has nostalgia because it came out in the before times, before 2000, and before woke content existed, and before gay people existed, and
before trans people were invented.
So, of course, that game can do no wrong. It existed in the before times.
Although, also, that game released in 2000. So, like, it's just making the cut.
I feel like that I need to put my model into this pose just while we're talking about everything.
That is a clear contradiction in this list. The fact that Deus Ex, Human Revolution, and the original Deus Ex is, oh, wow, that is...
Just set up a T-pose for dominance preset.
Oh, hey, 7 Days to Die is recommended.
Is it? Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, there's no woke content in 7 Days to Die.
But you can play as a woman who shoots a gun and doesn't just stay in the kitchen and has thoughts and opinions and possibly political takes.
I mean,
cares about their body.
They're probably only just saying no woke content only for Trader Jen.
I'm legitimately surprised that none of the putt-putt games are on this list. Are warnings on this list that they're all no woke content.
Is Golf with Friends on here? Probably not recommended.
Probably not. Bayonetta is on here and contains no woke content. I don't understand how you can have a problem with Sadie Adler and not have a problem with Bayonetta.
So remind me, because I know some of our listeners might not know, but isn't Bayonetta canonically bisexual?
I believe she is, yes.
I thought she was.
So I found the line, lesbians they don't like because they don't have any intrinsic value to them because they can't sleep with them. But bisexuals, hey, there's a chance.
There's a chance. Yeah, I'm actually, because we had talked about this.
There's a chance to there's a chance to maybe have a shot with the non-corporeal fucking video game character.
Well, if we believe Amelie, no, you don't have a shot.
Bayonetta is canonically bi. Yeah.
Of the Quakes, only Quake 2 is informational.
That's right. Yeah,
Yes.
I was fucking surprised as shit that any of the Quake games, or any of the Doom games for that matter, made it onto this fucking list. Because again, you're talking about, like super violent. Well, at this point, not really, but in its day, bleeding edge, like real fucking edgelord fucking video game shit.
Ultra violence.
Yeah.
The thing that gets me with Quake 2 is that it's the remaster. The remaster includes a rainbow flag on the pod that players come out of during the first mission. It was not there in the original. What?
Wait, Ready or Not is on this list as informational?
That is correct.
They turned the frickin' Strogg gay.
What is Ready or Not? I've never heard of that game.
It's a pig simulator.
Simulator?
By which I mean a police simulator.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's like a breach and clear game.
I'm sorry, I can't.
I see.
I can't get that out of my head now. They turned the frickin' Stroggs gay.
all the Yakuza games are no good. They're all
Obviously.
informational. Soma contains no woke content. The game about that asks the question: if you die in real life but have a computer but upload your consciousness, are you still alive or are you dead? That
Okay.
game doesn't contain any woke content.
I can tell you what the line is. The concept of that game, if you think for more than 5 seconds, and here's the hitch. If you have the ability to think for more than 5 seconds about what the story of that game is telling you, you understand it.
It's also, by the way, transhumanism.
Mm-hmm.
Uploading your consciousness to live in a digital landscape.
Oh yeah,
Because
I mean
your
that's.
physical body is gone. That is transhumanism.
Oh yeah, what happens to you when you upload, like when you have to make a copy and upload your copy to something else? What happens to you when you that now useless copy that is stuck in a place? What do you do now? Because
That's like the big question of the game.
you don't magically move with the. It's a copy. You're like a Xerox.
Well, that's what the game posits. The game posits that when you upload yourself into this digital
You are
digital landscape, when you die, your consciousness, you then just basically wake up in your digital avatar's self.
you are like me, non-corporeal.
It's like posing the
Right.
question of the transporter in Star Trek. Do you just get killed
Yes,
in the
exactly.
transporter and they make a new body on the other side?
Like, is it just a clone?
Also,
See, it's more than that though, because essentially you're just copying data. So it's not even the same as the Star Trek one. Because the Star Trek one, it can accidentally create or leave a clone, but that's not how it works in general. With this, you're almost like copying from one hard drive to another.
it's the
It's just
question.
yeah.
It's the question posed in Ghost in the Shell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is a question posed in Ghost in the Shell.
Ah, yes, the human of Theseus.
Who do people have ghosts? Quote unquote. Let's see.
Here's
What
a
else is on
question.
here?
Schrodinger's
If-
soul.
Perfect apocalypse. Per as in cat and paw as in animal paw. Is that woke if they use non-binary pronouns to identify a cat?
Is that? Are you a cat in this game? Is that what this
I'm
is?
guessing it. With a name like PURRFECTAPAW, Apocalypse, Perfect Apocalypse, you're playing as a cat.
I'm looking this up now because also there is like a lot of developers make their characters quote unquote non-binary just so like if you have just so the player can see themselves in the character no matter what their sex or gender is.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason. Like there's no ulterior motive here. It's just for immersion. Okay, so Perfect Tale is a story told through interactive comics.
It's another walking
do
simulator or visual novel.
You do not play as a cat. You play as a human. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Perfect Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Okay. This fucking
Yeah, you're playing as like a fucking cat.
wow. So we can't even refer to cats as they them.
It's not like a cat, but like a
Like a cat person.
cat person.
Oh my God. Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. The reason contains overtly pro-LGBT plus messaging, changes the self-inflicted death message from player killed himself into player killed themselves. Grammatically, I just feel like that makes more sense because there are multiple different characters.
They're
in that
ruining
game.
the sanctity of the first rule of the internet. Everyone is a dude until proven otherwise.
Actually, I think grammatically killed themselves, unalived themselves.
Thank you.
Is actually grammatically correct. Is actually more grammatically correct than himself. I'm pretty sure.
Himselves. Let's just
Themselves.
butcher the English language some more. Himselves. Oh, side note, if you really want to just watch somebody absolutely torture the English language, Look at Lana's new video of when she was being threatened to be sued for defamation. If you want to have an aneurysm on your own time, go and watch that and read something that resembles English but isn't.
I tell you one thing, there's a lot more Vampire the Masquerade games than I was aware of.
I knew about 2.
Oh, Dot Hack GU. Okay, yeah, no, that's...
Yeah. A
That's-
dot hack game?
Yeah.
Woke? No,
The character
you don't
in
say.
Endurance, the character Endurance is a somewhat androgynous male avatar that behaves in an effeminate manner.
That's just all dot hack games.
It's all Dot Hack games.
That's just all dot. That's all of anime and video gaming, Japanese video gaming. There's going to be an androgynous character in it.
Oh, No Man's Sky! Most alien characters and fauna are not sexually dimorphous. Other genders aside from male and female are common, and they them pronouns are frequently used. They're aliens!
Oh boy, do I have some bad news for them about some of the flora and fauna on this fucking planet.
On this planet! Did you... Jesus Christ.
Do you
you
think
know
they
that some
just
species-
magically reproduce by themselves?
Do you realize that like some certain fish on this planet can change their sex depending on their environment? If there's too many male fish, some of them will switch over to female.
Same thing
Some
with the frogs.
lizards will actually do that, and some amphibians as well, yeah.
They're turning the frogs gay.
Turning the frogs gay, or maybe the frogs are turning themselves gay. Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Okay, yeah, sure, why not?
Which Street Fighter was it that had poison in it?
Street Fighter 6.
Well, the original like showing of poison.
Oh, I think that was Third Strike.
Was it Third Strike? No,
I think so.
Poison wasn't in Third Strike.
No.
No, she wasn't in Third Strike.
Uh,
Maybe one of the Alpha games. I need to look this up.
yeah, now I'm curious because we played a shit ton of
Yeah, she
Third
was
Strike back in the
not. I
day.
don't believe she was in.
Oh my
in Third
god.
Strike.
Oh my on Messiah.
What?
Wolfenstein 2 The New Colossus contains overly pro-DEI messaging. Main character is saved by his strong, pregnant girlfriend. She also manages to fight off a wave of Nazis.
She was first in Final Fight and then Street Fighter Alpha 2.
Yeah, I know she was in Final Fight. She was an enemy in Final Fight.
Final Fight Revenge, and then Street Fighter 4 was her first mainline Street Fighter
Street
debut.
Fighter 4 Revengeance.
Oh, I know why. I thought she was in Third Strike. She appears in Third Strike when Hugo wins.
Okay.
She shows up on screen behind him.
You guys know the story behind Poison, right?
Yeah, she's a trans woman.
Do you know why she's a trans woman?
I actually don't know why.
Because back when she'd first debuted, they got flack for having a male character beat up a female character. So they just went, "Oh, well, she has a penis. She's actually a dude."
Oh, as a trans woman, that offends me.
This was also the 90s.
I mean, yeah, in the 90s,
People didn't know what they were doing in the 90s.
no, that's very much a what is it? The result of its time sort of decision.
This is like I had a conversation with a friend of mine. He was in, he's straight, but his favorite bar is in the neighborhood, or his favorite restaurants in the neighborhood. So he goes there a lot, and he ended up getting into a fight with this trans man and ended up hitting him, and then found out that it was a trans man. And then got all weird about it. He called me and we got all weird about it. He's like, "I just hit a girl." I was like, "No, you didn't.
You bitch, no, you fucking didn't.
You didn't.
You
You,
don't have-
hit a man."
You don't have to worry about that if you are a true enjoyer of equal opportunity, of equal
Hey,
rights.
These hands
Mine's
are
rated
rated E
everyone.
for everyone. Yep.
That's right.
These hands,
Nice.
these feet, these fucking mechadendrites, catch 'em all. You gotta. You gotta fucking catch them all. And you will.
Democracy 3, warning. Democracy 4, not recommended. Straight out, not recommended. Let's see. Oh my God. Some of these. Grand Theft Auto 4? Oh, the Ballad of Gay Tony. Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yep.
Deus Ex Invisible War. Deus Ex Invisible War. Warning. But the reason doesn't cite transhumanism. He is not being consistent with his slight against transhumanism.
Wait, hold on. You expected a chud to have consistency in their argument.
I mean, if you're going to spend, I mean, again, this document is over 1,500 lines. If you're going to dedicate this much time, you could at least be fucking accurate and consistent.
Or, alternately, you've got nothing better to do than cry about something that ultimately doesn't affect you, and you have no bitches.
Okami is on here?
Okami is on here. That is correct.
Factorio. Oh, contains no woke content.
Contains no woke content because it's all robots.
A glowing review.
V is on here.
You missed one.
V.
Monster Prom, then not a surprise.
I mean, obviously.
I
You know
feel
what?
like if you filtered this list by contains overtly pro LGBTQ plus alone, it would only filter out like 5 games.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Alex Jones NWO Wars is one of those 5 games.
Phantasy Star 3 and 4 are
Of course.
recommended.
Oh,
They are good to play.
I don't even know anything about this game. I don't know if I want to. It was made by Sega? The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Destroy All
Released in
Humans.
2023.
Hold
Published
on.
by Sega.
The Destroy All Humans games. Oh, the remasters. Okay. Contains subtly anti-human and subtly wait, hold on. You can be anti-human? Wait, we can be anti-human?
I am anti-human. Actively anti-human. I hate humans.
You
Humanity-
disgusting
Very
meatbags
true.
shooting DNA at each other.
Humanity was a mistake.
Fucking meat super soaker just fucking yeet. I don't even want. Anyway, contains subtly anti-human and subtly pro-DEI messaging. Tasks the player with destroying humans. This is presented in a humorous setting. Some dialogue regarding a damsel in distress was cut from this remaster.
Guys, Snood is good to play.
Oh, we're saved.
Thank God.
saved.
Thank God. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Near Automata,
Also-
Rear Automata, rather. Yeah.
Yeah.
Information.
That's not surprising.
Informationally, contains subtly pro-LGBTQ messaging. Multiple minor characters reveal they are lesbians. Again, proving my point of if they can't f*** it, there's no value. Hence, bad.
I'm surprised that the note isn't just 9S.
Yeah.
Of course, this game's on here. The missing J.J. Macfield in the Island of Memories, which, if we have any trans listeners, I greatly recommend you playing that game. It is a phenomenal game. And actually made me cry.
Who would have guessed that Life is Strange is on this list?
They have a game on here that isn't released yet. How do they know? Tavern Talk, to be announced from Gentle Troll Entertainment, not recommended, contains overtly pro-LGBTQ plus messaging, choice of pronouns including they, them, multiple non-binary characters. Friends, I implore you, go wishlist this game. It's Tavern Talk. Go fucking wishlist it. Now.
I am
Do it
surprised.
now.
I am surprised that this game is on the list. A gay love story about gay love. How could that be woke?
What are some of those like really gay Steam games? There's the one based around, it's like there's like one developer who does these really weird gay, like essentially just gay hentai games, but one of them's based around like shifting your car, and the basically the if you shift to the right time, the basically the gag is the character is essentially orgasming or something. I can't remember the name of any of these games, but there's some weird shit.
The
But I
only
wonder if
like
they're
one
on
of
here.
those that I really like that I ever like think about actively on almost a daily basis is the Hitler dating sim.
There was like
I'm sorry, what?
there was like like a
Yes,
shower
there's
with your
a
dad sim or some shit. I don't remember.
there is a Hitler hentai dating sim.
Of course there is.
It has more players than Concord, or
Well,
than
Oh
Concord had.
boy.
Technically,
Oh,
I have
boy.
more players than Concord.
It's so true. Wait, hold on. You just read the Kill All Humans game, the aliens,
Yes.
and it said it was presented in a humorous light, that anti-humanism was presented in a humorous light.
Yes.
It's a joke, not a dick. Don't take it so hard.
Well, you got to take
They,
it hard.
no, they absolutely love
Otherwise, it
taking their
doesn't
dicks
work.
hard.
Oh God.
Go to any town that the RNC is in and get on Grinder and see exactly how popping off it is suddenly. It could have been dead in that area before.
It just going through this list just makes me really it's really, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Like, I just hate that the word woke has like no meaning anymore.
No, it's been beaten into the ground. There's no meaning to that word anymore.
It's like
It means whatever the user wants it to mean.
Yeah.
Especially considering transhumanism is now included in being too woke. I've never heard anybody claim that transhumanism is woke.
It's just the right's way of using it's the right's version of Yahtzee.
Listen,
Yeah.
don't be mad at me because this is what peak human fucking performance looks like, okay?
Well, you have non-human bits on you.
That's why I'm peak
Wokey.
human performance now. I'm getting rid of all the fucking disgusting meat bits.
Oh, okay.
It just kills
all
me
right.
because then people call like actual like games that are quote unquote woke, where the entire point of the game is to, or many of the characters in the game is just tokenism.
A lot of it, yeah.
So
it's
like
either tokenism or like just acknowledging that like gay people play games. Like,
no, I'm talking about like actual like woke games.
oh, I see.
So like the actual woke games that should deserve to be like erased off of the face of the planet just because they're bad. They're just bad games because they rely on tokenism.
They have one gimmick, and they're kind of like Christian video games. They have exactly one gimmick, and they're only solely focused on that one and only gimmick, and it's the whole focus of the game. It's not side things. It's not representation. It's just the whole goddamn thing.
And like
and gee, it's surprising when it's not that great or robust or like doesn't have a big appeal to people that maybe aren't side in that particular niche.
And most people, 99.9% of the people, aren't going to call most of these games on this list woke just because they're good games. A good game will not be called woke because
they also don't care.
Anybody who's crying woke can't be heard over the sound of people enjoying the game.
And also, like, I mean, again, the bar on this list is in hell. Like, even games that he lists, we have found games in this list. Just in the time that we've been doing this, we've found games in this list that should be under the qualifications of other games and how they were rated. They should be rated as woke, and they're not. Deus Ex, the original Deus Ex, the original Deus Ex was was gaming's. It was basically the first cyberpunk. It was basically the first cyberpunk game in a future dystopian society where synthetic and cybernetic augmentations were available. That was basically the first game that did that.
Ooh, keep talking dirty to me.
I don't understand how you can have such a rallying cry against every other installment in that series, but then just look at the first one and be like, oh no, that's fine. JD's fine. JD Dent is fine. Or wait, no. his name
Again,
isn't Dent.
I will refer to my previous statement of fucking nostalgia.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, there's definitely some preferential treatment here. The fact that Leisure Suit Larry. Do you guys know what Leisure Suit Larry is?
Yeah, I love that these are on here. Like, holy f- of all the things
Leisure
to actually
Suit
be on.
Larry. The first one's fine though. The first one is fine.
Goddamn porn games. Like, just unapologetic, like, porn games.
Oh. Wait. Leisure Suit Larry 7, Love for Sale, contains LGBTQ plus messaging, features a homosexual interaction. This is presented in a negative, humorous way that could be interpreted as anti-LGBTQ. Then why is it listed as informational? Why is it listed woke? If it portrays these things negatively.
Oh, see, here's the problem. You're getting too deep. The problem is it portrays.
It exists,
Full
therefore
stop.
it is.
You're right. It portrays full stop. That is the period.
Here's the problem. You're thinking.
Therefore you are.
That's it. That
So
you're
then we
thinking.
can
That you're
establish-
using your brain. You're analyzing this with more than 3 seconds and 2 brain cells. That's why it doesn't make any fucking sense.
I'd like to get this guy on the show.
Did this come from like the?
I would like to tender my 2-week resignation.
This was the Steam. This was the Steam group. Was it DEI Detected or whatever?
Something like that. Yeah, actually, I can.
Which came
pull up
from
the Steam group.
which
It was
came
either
from-
DEI detected or woke detected or Sweet Baby Inc. detected. There are so many
There
of these
was
fucking groups,
there was
and I
one
hate it.
guy called Sweet Baby Detected, and all he did was just identify which games Sweet Baby worked on. That's all. That's all that Steam group was just a list of games that Sweet Baby Inc. worked on.
I think you can figure that out just based on the quality of the games.
You guys watch any of
Farming,
the?
I just looked up. Hold on. I just looked up farming. I just looked up the actual like Steam page. Farming Simulator 22 is on here.
Yes, it's got blatant LGBTQ plus monetization with some sort of DLC, and they're probably angry you can't f the pigs.
And or sheep. But yeah, do you guys?
Worms World Party. Sorry. I'm sorry. Continue.
Anybody watch the presentation by the CEO of Sweet Baby Inc. and how she doesn't want anybody to know that Sweet Baby exists outside of like the industry?
So wait, she did this during a presentation, like a public presentation?
During a public presentation, she would rather not have anybody know that Sweet
With-
Baby exists.
With the video on YouTube, the public presentation with the posted video on YouTube that they posted.
Yeah.
That one, that's the one that they were asking for anonymity.
Well,
yeah, that seems like that worked
no,
out.
she just only wants the industry to know that about Sweet Baby so they can worm their way into video games and completely destroy them.
And now, when you say Sweet Baby Inc., is this the Matt Walsh?
What?
Like, because Matt Walsh's whole thing is Sweet Baby. Like, that's what he calls his viewers. Like, he calls them Sweet Babies.
No,
He's
Sweet
made
Baby Inc. is
plushes.
Sweet Baby Inc. is a creative group that goes in and tries to worm their way into video game companies to write for them, and they are 100% about DEI and only DEI. They don't care about the story. They only
to a damaging amount.
Yeah,
like,
they
legitimately
only care about the representation that they can put into the game.
Although, okay, so I just looked up their wiki, and they have worked on God of War Ragnarok and Alan Wake 2.
Yep.
I mean, God of War Ragnarok I would not consider. Well,
there are okay.
the bar is.
Yeah, I mean, that also depends on how much fiddling that they are allowed. They're essentially, when it comes down to a consultancy group, is my understanding.
Yeah, consultancy group.
Interesting.
So it depends on how much sway that they give Sweet Baby. So like Sony's not going to give Sweet Baby a whole lot of pull.
Too much, yeah. Basically, they were probably used as a in fact, I think if I understand correctly, and again, take this with a massive grain of salt. My memory circuits are fucking faulty, but I could swear they were one of the listed consultants on the whole fiasco that Ubi has been going through with Assassin's Creed Shadowheart.
Shadows. You do not disrespect Shadowheart like that.
Oh my God! All of a sudden, the motherfucker gets all the characters in the game. Now he's got opinions.
But yeah, that I don't know how much influence that Sweet Baby had on Ubisoft, Ubiscum, Poopysoft. They really had on them, because they were just gonna screw that game over any way that they could. Once they started using some random associate professor that wrote his own history books about the history of Japan, and then changed the Wikipedia articles.
Oh, was that the one?
Reference,
is that the guy who was referencing the Black Samurai?
Yeah,
specifically. Yeah, that's okay. That's who you're talking
about. In like all of
history,
there's not a whole lot of information about Yasuke. At best, he was a retainer, as like a joke. Nobunaga saw him and he went, "Hey, he's different from everybody else. I'm just gonna let's just have him be one of my retainers for a while." But yeah, Thomas Lockley, he's an associate professor. Guess what his name sounds like? Not Japanese.
Yeah.
Trying to write Japanese history.
Yeah, it sounds like he was one of those guys who did a lot of research, but then didn't realize that there are actually records for well-kept records in Japan going back well beyond that.
And
actually, surprisingly well-kept records.
He wrote a couple books about Yasuke with like no references. His books had like no references. But then he went in to the Wikipedia article for Yasuke, rewrote the entire Wikipedia article about him, and just used his own books as reference for the changes.
Wow.
That's right. Wikipedia's only rule is it has to be in a book.
So he got into a big old war with the wiki users, of him and the users going back and forth trying to change the Yasuke page. Because he would go in and change it, and then like History Buffs would go in and then change it back, and then would go back and forth for a while.
Ghost of Tsushima is on this list. Features multiple LGBTQ plus NPCs, which I don't remember ever meeting a single one in Ghost of Tsushima, but okay. With the player character responding with modern day sentiments, many female frontline combatants and leaders.
That's a fact. That is an objective fact that there were female samurai, which is another thing I have a problem with Ghost of Yote about. People like, oh, there weren't any female samurais. There were.
Yes, there were.
In fact, there were many female samurai and many female combatants on the field. Like there have been studies of like going to mass grave sites and figuring out like what the genders were on the battlefield. Like, because they were like, oh, yeah, you would expect that there'd be a whole lot of female and child skeletons on, like, for, like, a siege. But, like, an open battlefield out in the middle of nowhere where a third of all the combatants were female?
It's, and like, that has been a thing. Female warrior is an erasure that has been happening in every culture for years. Like a lot of cultures had female fighters.
So yeah, it's like it's objective historical fact that they existed.
I think they just get upset because they can't get it up without a fucking pill or snorting some fucking trend. But like, you know, women can actually go out there and have whole fucking careers as successful fighters.
I got into some arguments in YouTube comments about it, and somebody was like, "Well, the females just used naginata." It's like, nope. The naginata was a weapon designed for war, that was used in war. It wasn't just for females. It only became for females during the Sengoku period, during an era of peace, as a martial art. You idiots!
Also, most samurai fought with a bow and arrow. That was the predominant weapon.
And guns.
Those were predominant weapons.
As soon as Japan had access to guns, they used guns. It was like a mixed regimen of bow and gun.
Like most countries.
Yeah, because if you have access to guns, why wouldn't you use them?
Hey, I got a weird idea. I want to stab a guy but way over there from right here.
With mind bullets.
Why don't I just project this at, many times the speed of sound with gas from a small contained explosion and then stab that guy over there using that?
Now, at that point, they were still using muskets, right? They were still using single shot
like-
black powder.
Arbalists, I think they were called. They were like very early, like as like the oldest firearm that you can imagine is what they were using.
Because it wasn't
yeah.
until it wasn't
It
until
was a
what,
piece
what,
of
what was the
burning.
name?
It was a piece
Especially,
of burning rope that went into a tube that had a bullet in it.
Yeah, it was a smooth bore. It was a smooth bore fucking lead pipe with a firecracker stuck behind a fucking lead marble. Am I wrong?
No. Because who was the guy's name? That first Perry, Matthew Perry. Because they didn't have cartridge rifles or like revolvers or anything like that until Perry landed.
Yeah, until they had
That's
access.
us.
They
The guy
actually
from
mu-
Friends invented guns?
yeah, Matthew Perry
Isn't he dead?
brought guns to Japan.
Yes,
That's the
dead.
thing is I don't know if they had cartridge based ammo pre
Yeah, I don't
Perry.
think they did.
Because they did have trade. They had very, very, very limited trade with the outside world. They didn't have no trade. They did have a little bit.
Yeah,
it was
primarily
really-
with the Dutch
Yeah,
originally,
just,
right?
like really only the Dutch in one port in Western Japan.
Of all the white people to fucking trade with, it's gonna-
Honestly, how the did
God.
that happen?
Because I think they were the only ones that weren't trying to shove religion down their throat.
a mutual
Well, I'm just
appreciation
wondering, like-
of tentacle hentai.
I'm just wondering, like, how is it that the Dutch, like, they're nowhere near Japan?
Oh, here's the beautiful
What?
thing. They have boats.
They have boats, and do you remember
I know
the small little company, the small little private army called the Dutch
Oh,
East India Asia Company?
Yeah, that
Oh,
one.
yeah, I forgot Dutch was part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Well,
So they knew how to
this has
get there.
been. This has been. By the way, for the listeners, we only made it to line 1000. There are still 500 lines of this Excel spreadsheet and more games on the Steam page. Personally, I feel like this is a lovely list to let me know what games to play. Frankly.
Oh, I feel like there's a good couple of games on here that I need to go wish list, considering they're not even out yet, and somehow already offensive to people who aren't going to play them anyway.
I guess I'll just go out and buy a gay love story about gay love. Because I didn't know
ridiculous.
that was going to be a woke game until I saw it on the list.
I mean, how would you know? How would you know?
Impossible to know.
Impossible. None of us have the gift of foresight. All right, let's wrap this up. My God, thank you for listening to this week's topic, or today's topic. F me, God
Today's
damn it.
theme.
Today's theme. God damn it.
One day you'll get it.
One day. Look, you know what? I'm just learning. I just got my first microphone. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you have any thoughts, opinions, comments, any games that should be on this list, or any
Keep 'em to
games that shouldn't
yourself.
be on this list,
No, I'm kidding. Actually,
please comment them below.
tell us how we're wrong in the comments below us. We will read them. We will laugh at you.
If you are the woke content detector himself, because I know you're a man, if you are him, please reach out to me.
Yeah, you can reach around to me.
MoxyMara@gmail.com. MoxyMara@gmail.com. I would love to interview you. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. For today's theme, I have been Mara,
I've been Asher.
I've been lost or not.
and I don't know, be careful of what you play because it could turn you gay. Stay
Just
fresh, cheese bags.
You don't want to be a
Turn the
frog.
frickin' Strog's gay.